We begin in Kenya, where official results of this week's presidential elections are due today. Preliminary results currently show incumbent President Uhuru Kenyatta has an unassailable lead in near-complete provisional results. Meanwhile, the electoral body has warned Kenyans that it's only the commission that will make official announcements of the results. This follows a letter from the opposition coalition party NASA demanding that the commission declares its candidate Raila Odinga as the winner. The opposition presented presidential results showing Raila Odinga garnered over 8 million votes against Uhuru Kenyatta's 7.2 million. But the Commission's Chairman Wafula Chebukati said they have reviewed the alleged document and have concluded it has anomalies. Regional and international observers have also termed the election process as free and fair.
The results of the presidential election is that declared by the chairperson of the Commission, being the aggregate of the results announced by the 290 constituency returning officers. The Commission is currently still receiving Form 34B, meaning that the transmission of the results of the presidential election have still not been completed.
Let's get more details and insights from CGTN's Robert Nagila at the National Tallying Center in Nairobi. Alexandria Majala is also joining us from Kisumu. Robert, to you first. What's the latest from the Electoral Commission? Any indication when the results will finally be announced? Will that be done today?
Well, good afternoon, Beatrice. It does appear finally we are almost at the end of this process. As you heard there from the Commission Chair, he says that most of the forms are now in. We're just waiting for about 2,000 forms or so of the 34B. These are the forms that verify the constituency results. There were 290 in total, but it does appear we're now looking at about 14 or 15 yet to come in. Now, the deadline that had been given yesterday was 2 p.m. and they expect them to be here this afternoon. Immediately after they come in, then they will continue to carry out that verification process to authenticate the results on those forms and what has been coming in here. Once that is done, we expect that announcement to be made at some point late this afternoon or early evening. Why are we so confident? Well, there's been a lot of preparations going on this morning. We've also seen an advance team from the presidential unit here and some of the baggage that goes with that also come in. So we believe that he is due here at some point this afternoon. And the only reason would be that the official announcement of the results will be later on today. Beatrice?
Alexandria, you're in Kisumu, a stronghold of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Now, Kenyans across the country have been following the tallying process in Nairobi very closely. So what's the situation like in Kisumu at the moment?
Thank you, Beatrice. Here in Kisumu, many of them can see the writing on the wall, and they say that they largely expect, or that the IEBC is likely to announce Uhuru Kenyatta as president. Now, they say if the IEBC can back up these numbers using the Form 34As, and they will largely accept these results. However, they do feel that the elections were not free and fair. The streets continue to remain empty, businesses remain closed, and people remain a little apprehensive. They don't know which way the tables will turn, but they do largely expect for Uhuru to be declared president. And they say if there's proof that the Form 34A matches the tally that was being streamed on TV, then they will be okay with that. They're also awaiting word from their opposition leader Raila Odinga. Beatrice?
Robert, as you in Nairobi, it is now almost certain that the Electoral Commission will most probably declare President Uhuru Kenyatta winner of the elections based on the preliminary results that are trickling in so far. Do we know what the latest response is from the opposition?
Well, Beatrice, let me tackle your first point. Absolutely. I mean, that gap's absolutely huge. Ever since they began counting, ever since those results began pouring in, that the gap between President Uhuru and Raila Odinga just became bigger and bigger and bigger. It's now over 1.5 million. There's absolutely no chance, unless something really drastic happens, and I can't think of anything that might change that. There's absolutely no chance that the opposition leader Raila Odinga can breach that gap now. So it does look more certainly that President Uhuru Kenyatta will be declared winner of the 2017 Kenyan poll at some point this afternoon. Now, your second question, that's where everybody's going to be focused on as soon as those results. I have a feeling that there's a lot of people also looking at that right now. What's going to be the reaction? I was speaking to some political analysts a short while ago, and they believe that what we've seen over the last couple of days from the opposition leader was a way to forestall the announcement of these final results. If that is the case, then we expect another reaction from them. However, nobody really knows what it's going to be, because from that reaction that we've seen over the last couple of days, it most certainly looks like they're not prepared to concede. On Thursday, they came out, held a briefing, and demanded to be declared winners of this poll, despite the fact that the tallying had not been completed. So we await to see what reaction will come from there. At this particular moment, really hard to tell.
Alexandra, what is the security situation, though, in Kisumu? Kisumu is considered opposition leaders' hometown and political stronghold. What is the security situation there as we move closer to the results declaration?
Well, leading to the results declaration, Beatrice, security has increased significantly. There's a lot more GSU, there's a lot more administrative police. So the security is much more tighter than it was yesterday and the day before yesterday. There are a lot more patrols, there are a lot more trucks, there are a lot more police vehicles. And so really everybody is just waiting to see what happens. And the security, I think, is ready. If should anything happen, they will respond really quickly. Beatrice.
All right, Alexandria Majala joining us there from Kisumu, and Robert Nagila in Nairobi.